Hey guys, so we're here at the People's Vote. Now I've just found this lovely lady who's got this interesting sign that she made up herself. As you can see, she's put a lot of effort into it. So can I ask you why you've come to the demo today and why you support Remain?
I've been a Remainer all my life. I've got a lot of foreign family. My mother's German, I've got a Belgian brother-in-law, I've got a Turkish brother-in-law. The whole idea of Brexit is appalling to me, and I think the vote was terribly close, 52-48, and I think there should be another vote because we now know a lot more than we did then. There were a lot of lies were spoken, and I don't think it's going to be any good for the country. So many people's already, thousands and thousands of people's lives are being really seriously affected by this Brexit business, and it's caused so much damage, so much bad feeling, and so on.
Do you not think some people who were Brexiteers, though, may argue that it's undemocratic to have a second vote to find out if people want to leave?
I would be very happy if there's another vote and people vote to leave, fine, I'll give it a rest and do my best. I don't think the vote was so close, and if it comes to that, it was not a majority of the country, it was only about a third of the population who actually voted to leave. And you can assume that the people who didn't vote to leave would have wanted to remain, I should imagine.
Is that not how democracy works, though?
Yeah, okay, so let's have another vote and let's see. If the Brexiteers are so worried, why are they worried about another vote if Brexit is so marvellous and everyone's going to vote for Brexit again? That's fine, and I'd accept that. But it was a terribly close vote, and also some of the people most affected, like British people living in other countries in Europe, and were not able to vote.
I think they're upset more with the principle, though, because would a lot of people want to have a re-vote if Remain would have won?
Well, okay, they could have done.
Would you personally, though, want to re-vote? I mean, because with you being Remainer, I'm guessing no.
And there'd been another vote. Well, it's partly a matter of going. It's partly because we were in the EU, and it's proving such an enormous job to get out of it, isn't it? Well, I would have been up for that. I don't mind voting. One thing that annoys me is that people say, "Oh, it's such a difficult thing to vote. It takes most people 10 minutes or perhaps half an hour of their day to go and vote. What's the big deal about voting? Why?"
I actually agree with that. Those people are lazy. People shouldn't want to contribute to our democracy. So obviously you are not happy with the outcome of the vote. The issue is, if there was another vote and it was even closer next time, or only a tiny bit of a difference, would you have another vote?
Well, as I said, I don't mind having votes. So you think if it was 49-51 the other way?
Well, you said you're not particularly happy because the vote was extremely close, which it was.
Yeah, okay,
but what
so
if we did have another one and it was still quite close? Would we have a third vote?
Well, I don't mind having votes. No, but if there's still a majority for Brexit, I'd be prepared to accept that. It's partly that we've heard now that there's now a majority for Remain already, even because of the number of young people who are voting and the number of 16-year-olds. No, the people who were 16 who couldn't vote, the number of new 18-year-olds who can vote.
That's not really fair, though, is it? Because that's not how the democracy works. Just if you were too young then, it's slightly unfortunate. You'll maybe have your chance to vote next time.
But what I feel really strongly is that it's really stupid for us to leave now if there's a majority in the country who wants to remain when it's so damaging. It was a close vote in the first place. That's why I did this, because I thought we ought to have another vote just to see what the position is now, because we shouldn't be leaving if a majority wants to remain at the time of leaving. I mean, that's just so ludicrous.
How do we know that, though?
By having a people's vote to find out.
But isn't that undemocratic?
I don't think it's undemocratic to have another vote.
Is that not unfair on the Brexiteers, though?
Well, if they want to vote for Brexit, that's fine.
But what if Brexit wins again? But it's a small margin.
If it's a small margin, what, for Brexit?
Yeah, say we have another vote and Brexit wins again, but it's roughly 48-52, and because that was one of your key
That's
arguments.
okay. Well, if they win again, that's all right. I would accept that. Can we stop now? You'll find someone more interesting.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not very high.
Thank you for
I'm
talking
not
to
very
us.
high-powered, as you can see.
Oh no, it's okay. But I like getting all different kinds of people. Thank you.
Thank you.